Karma. What really is karma? Do you know? Well, today I am going to talk with you about what I believe and what I have experienced karma to be along my journey. Stay tuned and find out a little bit more knowledge about karma and what it really means. Hey you guys, and welcome back to my channel. And if you haven't been to my channel before, my name is Amanda Jupiter Anderson. And today, you guys, I am here to talk to you about karma. And I wanted to explain, what karma really is, okay? Karma equals action, literally. Karma equals action. If you take away only one thing from this video, let it be this. When you think about this, you're probably asking yourself, action, what is this? What does this have to do with equality or anything, this action? Think about it like this, that your actions and everyone else's actions in life, including the actions of governments and society and such, even the actions of animals, the natural actions of life, the universe flowing, the actions of gravity and all other natural forces that we have, these are all potentially actions, okay? And every action has a consequence to it. And we all know this. For every action, there is a reaction. So every action has a consequence to it. So it's basically the law of cause and effect, you guys. It's basically the law of cause and effect. And every effect has a cause, and life itself is just a giant interplay of actions. I mean, really think about it. We can take a moment from when we're born and stretch it. I just hit my face. Stretch it all the way out. And we can then consider that to be a series of actions from the time we were born to all in between, till up until now. We can stretch it all out and consider that time to be a series of actions. These series of actions, pretty much one leads naturally, to the next. That's just pretty much how it goes. One leads naturally to the next. So actions we took early on will lead us, to consequences down the road. And it's just a natural consequence of the way life works, okay? So being able to recognize this and now applying this specifically to my life, like for instance, if I take good positive action, then I get good positive consequences. If I take bad or, evil actions, then I'm gonna get bad and negative consequences. Now, what most people don't actually understand is what good actions and bad actions really are, really mean. It's very different than you may realize, which when I became awakened and aware, my third eye popped open, I started to realize how much I thought the world worked, the way reality worked, all my belief systems and everything that I've been taught through society, parents, teachers, just everything in the world. And then when you're awakened to source knowledge and you're literally channeling messages from spiritual realms and you're doing all of these spiritual things, and it's like, wow, sometimes it can just be so overwhelming because it's such a flood, so many downloads of information. And when I finally realized this, then I realized, wow, I didn't really understand what good actions and bad actions literally, and I mean literally, mean, okay? Because it's very different than you may realize, my friends. And I'll get deeper into that another time, but it's very different. And the other thing that people, tend to think of with the law of karma is they tend to think that, and I've thought it too, that this is some sort of supernatural law, like some old man with a beard, is sitting up in the sky keeping tabs on us all, and I used to think like this too, so I totally get it, but that's really not the case, or the way I think this law is supposed to work. This law is a natural law, you guys. This law is a natural law. The psychology of this law is where it gets interesting. And it's so profound, my friends. It is so profound in the way it explains how human psychology really works. And it's also spiritual law too, guys. And the spiritual part of this is understood when you really start to understand what the Eastern sages mean by good and bad, by good and evil. And here's what it means. And it's so different than what we think here on the West. It is so different, you guys. Because good literally means selfless. And these are actions that come not from your ego, but from your spiritual nature. Bad means selfish. Okay, we all know this. You could also say that these are evil. Evil isn't an objective thing out there. It's actually very simple what evil or bad, is. It's like doing stuff from our own egos, our own identities, or from yourself, okay? For me, I've completely, entirely changed my identity. Like literally, entirely have changed my identity. And literally by changing my identity, that one concept right there, it goes so deep, you guys. It goes so deep that I'm going to be doing more videos on this because, it's necessary if you're wanting to do some type of spiritual work like this, and which will be coming soon. So back to selfish acts, right? What are they? Most obvious selfish act are taking everything for yourself. Like we all know this. Obviously, the most selfish act would be taking everything all for yourself, right? Never share anything. Taking candy from a child or whatever. Those are clearly selfish acts and leads to bad negative consequences. We tend to think, well, take a baby's lollipop and the baby cries, and that's just a bad external consequence because, when you take the baby's lollipop, of course the baby's going to scream and cry, so that should be the reaction. That's the bad negative consequence. But actually, the law of karma is concerned more about what is going on inside of your mind when you are taking that bad action. What is going on inside of your mind? Okay, be mindful of this. And this is the most damaging part of the whole entire thing. What's going on here is like what the Buddha said when he said that after you throw the dust into the wind, when you pick up dust and you throw it into the wind, it blows back into your face. So what's happening here is that immediately, as soon as you take the bad, selfish action, what happens is you already suffer the consequence even if you don't get caught. Like, even if you don't get caught, you are already suffering that consequence. Even if no one sees you. Because inside of your mind, inside of you, you are going to suffer that consequence. Or even if the baby doesn't start crying right away, for instance, it already damages us on the inside. Okay? So you ask, well, why? Why does that damage us on the inside? And these are questions that I ask because I started to question everything to literally get down to the root of some core trauma and issues that I've had along my life. And when you literally break it down and start questioning everything, is when you can get to the root of a problem and fix it. And it's freaking amazing, you guys. It is so empowering. Even if that baby doesn't start crying right away, it already damages us on the inside. So why does this happen? Even more importantly, you have to recognize how damaging this really is on the inside, okay? You have to recognize and become aware of this. You may say, oh, well, a little white lie here and there, or, you know, a little bit of this with someone here and there isn't going to cause too much damage on the inside. But actually, no. You see, what we're talking about here is the carrying through the cycle of selfishness, pretty much, okay? That your entire life basically is right, like when your actions come from yourself, promoting yourself, defending yourself, fighting on behalf of yourself. Guys, these are all selfish actions. They literally are. And what we have going on the planet right now is just so saddening to my heart, because what we should be doing right now, instead of riots and all this stuff, is we should be spreading love. You know, yes, there are bad people in the world that do horrible acts, but that doesn't mean every single person, you know, that works in the profession of someone who committed a horrible crime, that doesn't mean that every single one of those people are that way, and they shouldn't have to, you know, be in fear of that. It's just mind-blowing to me, and I'm an empath and I feel all of this. So through the cycle of selfishness, that your entire life is basically like when your actions come from yourself, you're selfish, you want to take everything for yourself. You know, this is difficult for many to swallow due to carrying the ramifications of this through your entire life. And then you realize your entire life's been all about me. And you're like, whoa. Anyways, that's what's happened to me, and that's an awakening in itself, you guys. So don't repress your feelings. Talk about your feelings. It's okay. And who cares what anyone thinks or says about it? And just take what resonates with you from this video. Because as I've mentioned before, I'm along a very powerful spiritual journey. I've had a very powerful awakening. I've had a very challenging life. Many things, many stories would probably blow you guys away if you knew some of the stories and things that I've experienced along this journey. However, I am here to let you know that you are powerful. And you were born to be free, and you were born to be worthy, and there are laws to this universe. And when I started to really find out the true meaning of karma, my life has completely changed. When I became one with nature, my life has completely changed. Like, this stuff works and it's powerful. And I want every single one of you to know about it. That's why I show up all the time and share with you what I'm learning along my journey. So what you can do to help me along this journey is take a moment right now and hit that bell and hit that subscribe button so you never miss out on a brand new video. And I will speak with you guys again soon. Remember, keep those vibes. Keep them way high up, no matter what, because we all have the power and we all have the potential to be and become our greatest versions. And I will speak with you guys again soon. I come to you through the power of the internet, and I leave you through the power of the internet. Take care, guys, and I'll speak with you guys again soon.
What's that?
We're baby. Say hi, baby.
What's that?